Hey, welcome back. It's Don from Online Mastery, and welcome to this module. We're going to talk about self-optimization, what it takes to do things from self-motivation and systems you need to put in to realize what we talked about in the previous module was mindset. And so these are some of the things that are going to really help you to get into that mindset, because sometimes you're going to slip out of it. There's going to be a lot of distractions. So this is going to help you to focus. So instructions, how to get into self-optimization. So the first thing you want to do is try to remove any sleep aids that you have. Like if you're wearing, earplugs, stuff like that. You want to be able to sleep naturally, and we'll talk about some of the ways that you can do that. So to optimize your sleep, you can have a weighted blanket. I don't know, for whatever reason, you just sleep better when you have some weight on your chest. It seems kind of odd, but it works. Use an Aura ring, a bed jet, or if it's hot, have AC. And then you want to, if say watching YouTube until you're tired and then you fall asleep, you want to replace that with exercise. Do some exercise during the day, preferably not at night before you go to sleep, because then your body doesn't wind down, but that will actually help you to sleep better. Also take walks, whatever. If you're working really hard and you're grinding it out, sometimes if you just take a walk, things become clearer. It's just like sometimes when they say sleep on it, your mind is freed up to come up with creative ideas. When you take walks, I find that I very rarely relax very much. And meditate. Yeah, if you just do 20 minutes a day, it doesn't have to be some woo-woo guru thing, hippy-dippy thing. It's just basically just trying to give some space for your mind to find that creativity, and just sit quietly somewhere where there's not any distractions. Sit under a tree if you have to, and then just focus on your breath, and just do that for 20 minutes a day. It's really going to help. And as far as your routine, you want to wake up as early as you can, according to your different biorhythms. Some people are night people, some people are day people. You know what that is. And get up early, because there's not as much going on in the morning. There's not, kids, if you have kids, or getting ready for school, and so if you get up early, you can do that. And so if you don't have a full-time job, and this is something that you're going to put all your time into, try to work 8 to 10 hours straight. Money loves speed. And then just take some breaks where you can just sit and relax, quiet. Try not to get onto your social media distractions. Just sit and relax. Even if you can do the meditation during that time, 10 minutes every 2 hours, you do 10 minutes of meditation. Carve out your working hours and your social hours. Have a plan for what you're going to do. Work that 6-8 hours, and then after that, shut your business down and go do what you need to do, whether it's spend time with your wife, your kids, or you go out with your friends. And then just don't think about business. Optimize, implement. So you want to have 70% of is building the business, and 30% is learning. So in the morning, when it's quieter and there's not as much distractions, that's when you do your implementation, your videos, you're creating your content, talking to people online, building your business, building contacts. And then in the afternoon, you can do 30% of your learning new stuff, because you always want to keep learning stuff, but you don't want to have it the other way around where you're learning 70% and only putting 30% of the implementation. Otherwise, it'll take you a long time. So box off all of your menial tasks to one set day. So all the things that you need to do, buy groceries, pay bills, do all the chores, set it off for one day. So, maybe you get up early and you do, instead of doing your 8 to 10 hours, you're just doing 2 or 3 hours, and then the rest of the day you spend doing all of those things where you need to take care of all of those things you need to do. And consider getting a maid cook later. Now, this may seem out of, like, I just don't have the money for this, and you're nuts. This is only for rich people. But once you start making some money, you're making, $8,000-$10,000 a month, and you can put, $1,000 or $2,000 towards your maid and your cook. Then you don't have to think about those things, and you can really concentrate on turning up the screws, ratcheting it up, and making more content, building your brand, and just making more money while people do those other things. And if you can prepare, get your wife to prepare, your lunch and dinner in advance, so that you could you can easily have those, so you don't have to cook, or you can just concentrate on your business and eat healthy. Yeah. Food makes a big difference. If you're just eating pizza and stuff that really weighs you down, you're not going to have the energy. You want to eat light in the morning. You want to eat, some, just like eggs and avocado, or some fruit and some coffee, and then just get on with business. And don't eat heavy stuff like toast and pancakes, and in the afternoon have big sandwiches, and at night have pizza and spaghetti and all these things that weigh you down. Try to eat lighter, and it'll get you going. And then, in order to have the correct environment, you want to remove all the distractions. Look at your Facebook later on at night if you have to, and your YouTube, your Instagram, and put your phone on mute. You don't want distractions. And that day where you're doing those chores, maybe that's the day you want to contact some friends and talk to them, and just tell them, hey, if you're trying to contact me, don't worry if I don't talk to you. I'm just concentrating on my business, and leave me a text message if it's really important. I can get back to you. And just shut out those distractions, because if you put your full concentration into this, then you're going to find the creativity, you're going to find that gear, that self-optimization push you towards creating something great. And all of these are created to give off dopamine. Caveman example. Okay, so this scrolling up and down, it sends dopamine to your brain, and they've done studies where they've looked at the brain of people on cocaine and the brain on that are like serious gamers or flickers. They have the same kind of things going on in their brain. It stimulates the dopamine, and it's like you need a bigger hit each time, over and over. So set your working hours, and put your phone on silent. So, let people know that I work from 6 a.m. till 2 p.m, and try not to call me then. Like, if it's an emergency, leave a text and notify your friends and family that you're dead for 8 hours. They can find you in emergencies. You're there. I mean, they can text you. and sacrifice for the greater good. So yeah, you want to, you know, don't worry about it if you're missing out on the game or going out for beers or whatever it is. You know, you got to have this long-term mentality that I talked about in the previous video, and you got to have self-optimization. If you want to make millions, that's what it's going to take. And so if you really want to know what it takes, then you have to study, you know, millionaires. You know, look at the hours that Elon Musk puts in. I mean, the guy was sleeping at his factory. I mean, Warren Buffett. I mean, he gets like 4 hours sleep. So focus on core structure only. So what that means is, if you buy a course or you see a course out there, like if you're doing reviewing, just focus on how it works and not on the marketing, because the marketing is what is the cut and paste, the push button, you know, it'll spit out money in 60 seconds, and it's just all bullshit. It just focus on, you know, what's in the course. What steps are they taking, and is it going to really work? And once you see that, once you forget about the all that marketing crap, you're going to begin to see how these things break down, and then you can recreate them if they're good. And don't get distracted by YouTube and other courses and conflicting information. Yeah, just focus on, you know, one thing. If it's you know, building your list by launch jacking, or by doing YouTube videos, and do YouTube videos. If it's building your list by contacting people in Facebook and creating content and putting it on Facebook, then do that. Don't get distracted by 9 different things because they sound really great. Shiny object syndrome is real, and it's very tempting. It's like, you know, your chance to win the lottery for only $20. You're going to make $300 a day. It's simple. Just, you know, buy this software and put your link in, and magically all this traffic's going to come to you. You know, forget it. And ask for help and support in any group that you're in. It's crucial, because if you try to do this stuff by yourself, and you're going to run into a lot of failure, a lot of frustration, a lot of learning, and you're probably not going to make much money for quite, you know, 2, 3, 4 months maybe, and you're going to be grinding it out, and so you're going to need other people to help you answer questions, and just to see that they're struggling too. And stop inventing tasks to do. Just stay focused on, baby. Yeah, don't, you know, feel overwhelmed by this and then, you know, get distracted and go off and, oh, I got to do this, I got to learn how to copyright, I got to learn how to do, you know, editing. And, you know, just focus on what you need to do, the one thing, and then break it down into its small steps and work on those. So I suppose that is the end. So in a nutshell, get good sleep, eat right, exercise, focus on your business, and break it down into its smallest parts. Don't get distracted, and just push forward and just keep working. Don't worry about you're not making money. Don't focus on the money. Just focus on creating your content and your brand and your method, and you will succeed. So in the next video, we're going to talk about tools that you need. Until then, stay awesome.